Okay.
You should be at the bottom left-hand corner of the map.
Yep.
Alright, so...
That's a lot of people.
It is. There's some people there.
Yeah, I can't really help that.
So, Volt, you emerge from, like, this cellar door, basically, out into this village that it seems vaguely familiar to you. You think you may have seen it in a book somewhere or read about it or something. It's just not... There's something going on. It's kind of familiar to you, but you're not sure why.
And I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to go walk out right into the middle of these people.
Alright, hang on just a second. Chrono told me why that you guys are getting the weird turn thing. Let me fix it real quick.
I forget, how do I do the line draw thing for distance?
Grab the ruler tool.
And I'm not sure why, but why does HB's token not have a name?
It should.
I just kind of noticed that. I'm like, everyone else has it.
I always
It
have
does not.
weird issues when I move tokens around. Hang on just a second. I think I know what's going on.
As a name for me.
Yeah, I think I have it set. Yeah. That fix it for you?
There
Volt?
we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just like, I got 3 characters with the name, and then HB Fox is just a token. Just
He's the token tiefling. No big deal.
this is officially the first time that I've actually known what his character's name is.
It's true.
This is it.
Well, now you know. And knowing's half
So-
the battle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move right out here. I'm just gonna go move into the heart of these people.
Okay. Now these tokens repeat quite a bit. And that's really just because I only have so many villager tokens.
Imagine everyone's different.
Yeah, pretty much. The guys on the podium, imagine they are not there.
Okay, these podium guys don't exist.
Yep. So what you walk out into is it's the late afternoon, and it seems to be just kind of a general town square. Roll me a perception check real quick.
My favorite check.
Everybody seems to be carrying with them these little stuffed figures. Like they look like little puppets made out of straw. And occasionally you'll see them lift the puppet to their mouth and kind of whisper something to it, and then go about doing what they're doing. Notably, you see this kind of when a merchant has a big grin on his face after a sale. So he'll make a sale with somebody, and then he'll have this big grin on his face, and he immediately kind of looks like he's guilty, and then he whispers something to the doll, and then goes back to what he was doing.
Do the dolls look generic, or do the dolls resemble anyone?
The dolls are just real generic, kind of straw humanoid shapes, more than they're really kind of maintained dolls.
Okay. And I believe, since I was the one brave enough to go down to check out the tunnel, I'm going to let these fools deal with the fucking common village people for a while.
Alright. So that'll bring us around to Hybrid. Hybrid, what are you up to? You've emerged from this tunnel into what appears to be some sort of town square.
That's a lot of people.
That is a number of people, yes.
I'm probably going to be clicking kind of close to Mara, just for, my own self-sanity, because too many fucking people.
Okay.
Ah,
Roll
That's
me.
probably gonna be the gist of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check real quick.
so every time I hit my secondary skill buttons, it hits my push start. I don't know why, but whatever.
Okay. So you see nothing of any interest.
That was persuasion, huh?
Oh, that was persuasion. Yeah, give me a
Yeah,
perception.
wrong button. I had to
No
pull
worries.
up my sheet. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Give me a sec.
That does make a little bit of a difference. There you go. So as you are kind of meandering around Mara, you notice that there are a teenage boy and girl kind of meeting up behind this house over here, to your left. And they're holding hands and kind of whispering to each other. And you see the boy steal a kiss from this girl, and then immediately he looks at her and kind of drops his head and shuffles his feet a little bit and pulls out one of these little straw men and begins whispering to it for a second.
It gets my battle voice.
And that'll bring us around to HP Fox. HP Fox, what are you up to?
I am going to move out over here and just take a look around at the surroundings, seeing, I assume, the same as Gaia.
KJMS13. Thank you for that follow. That is a mouthful of a username, by the way. So you are moving there. All right, so you do see a good bit of the townspeople. You see them all carrying, these little straw men. And occasionally some of them are whispering things to them.
The people that are closest to me, villagers that are closest to me, if they're whispering to their creepy little dolls, is there any chance I can overhear what they're saying?
Sure, roll me a perception check. Alright. So what you're able to see is a villager kind of walk by and brush another one. And then kind of continue on walking, and as he passes you, you can hear him whispering into this little doll, I should not have stolen that. I really feel bad about it. And then he goes on about his way.
Oh, that's a little creepy.
Alright, and that'll bring us around to Cindy. Cindy, what are you up to?
Well, I'm going to move on up to Cartdew here and investigate the town. 1 second, let me check something.
Sure.
Okay, first I'll ask what the name of I'll say, hi, my name is Mara. What's your name? John.
He looks at you for a moment. He's like, I don't have time to answer your questions right now. My sister is missing, and she must have run off into the crowd somewhere. I have to find her.
I like how you all raise behind me just to watch me.
Okay, what does she look like? Can I help you?
She describes this little red-headed girl. He describes this little red-headed girl. He's like, she's wearing a tattered blue dress. It's kind of a hand-me-down, but it's all she's got at the moment, and she should be here, and I can't find her anywhere.
Where was the last place you saw her?
She's right here by my cart. I told her to watch the cart for a minute while I went back to home to get the water skin.
Is there something that she wanted to do or see that she would go off to?
I don't know. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Additionally, in case it helps, I have proficiency in insight.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, perception.
So from where you are, you're not able to see any red-headed little girls in blue dresses.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna tell this dude that I plan to help him. If I see her, I will bring her back immediately.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess I'll meet up with Alcius and kind of figure out what he knows so far.
Okay, and Hybrid Magpie was following behind you, so I'm going to move her up there. Rojan, to answer your questions, normally if I'm doing a module like Rise of Tiamat, which I'm doing with the other group, I purchase the PDF versions of the images from the actual image creator, and I use those. This module was in a copy of Dungeon Magazine, and the map was in there, so I grabbed it out of Dungeon Magazine, and that's where I got it from. I can't draw to save my life, so none of my maps are handmade. I take it back. I handmade the house, but that's because everything was made in squares. So that's why everything was made in squares. Volt, what are you up to?
A fine question. That brings up a fine question on its own.
Does it really?
There we go.
No, that is a contained entity. You're
Okay.
fine.
So I'm going to look around a little more here. I'm going to come talk to these folks right up here and ask them what's going on here. Just what everyone seems to be here.
Okay. And
What's up?
he says this. So you roll me a perception check first of all. Let's do that first. Okay, so you notice that 2 of the 3 that you walk up to seem to be commoners, and the third seems to be a priest of some sort.
I don't think I care much about him. I'm going to talk to the commoners. I'm not going to talk to him.
Okay. They look at you and they a little bit of confusion and befuddlement comes across their face, and they're like, "You don't know the story of the straw men."
Well, if I did, I wouldn't be asking you what was going on. So I'll ask again, what's going on?
So she looks at you and she kind of gives you I'm missing the word. Anyway, she gives you a look and she says, "Well, every year in around harvest time, we each make ourselves a straw man and we whisper our sins and our secrets to it. And then on a harvest eve, we burn them all in the town square. So everyone is busy whispering their sins and their secrets to their straw men in preparation of the Harvest Eve festival tomorrow night."
What's that supposed to accomplish? Just who came up with it? You know what? More importantly, who came up with this idea?
It has been around for generations. It is a way to absolve ourselves of our sins.
So you do whatever you want all year, and then you talk to straw and burn it. You know what? Whatever. You guys do you. But if you're gonna just keep sinning, maybe you should just be good with doing that. Maybe you're just meant to sin, and that's okay.
She kind of shakes her head and just kind of shrugs.
Well, these people are lost causes. I'm just gonna come over here. Those people just need to get their shit together.
All right. So that'll bring us around to Hybrid. Hybrid, what are you up to?
Well, since I'm kind of clinging to Mara, I'm assuming I overheard the conversation about the sister being lost.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a perception check and see if I can see her just out and about in the crowd.
Go for it. No, but this dirt's really fascinating.
Yes, it is.
This is the cleanest dirt you've ever seen.
Barely
You spend your
aware that
turn.
there is a crowd.
You spend your turn wondering how they got the dirt so clean.
That must have taken a lot of brooms.
HP Fox, what are you up to?
I am going to ask Gaius what he learned by talking to those people over there.
Apparently this is some sort of dumbass festival where basically these guys get to be shitbags all year. And then they make these dolls. Okay, now, I want you to stay with me because you're not going to believe this. I didn't. And I saw that they meant it. They make dolls out of straw. And they tell the doll what they've done bad. And then they burn it. And somehow this just makes it okay. And then they sin throughout the year again. And then they come back and do this every year to get rid of the sins. Instead of, I don't know, maybe just enjoy the fact that you're doing what you're meant to be doing. I don't. These people are morons. This entire village is filled with idiots.
And who thought up that crazy idea?
Apparently, they've been doing this for a significant amount of time. This is like a generations thing. Like their father's father's father. Basically, we have found ourselves in the middle of a village of inbred idiots. They are talking to
Fascinating.
straw and hoping that it forgives them from doing bad things. Maybe this village is just filled with bad people that are just not quite okay yet with the fact that they're bad people.
Well, there's certainly something that's not quite okay with this place.
These people aren't right.
So, I would like, if possible, to do a investigation check, since I'm proficient in it, to maybe, learn a little bit more.
Sure, go for it. So what exactly are you investigating? Give me a specific.
Damn it.
The dolls, specifically.
Get it?
Alright, so the dolls are, from what you can see from observing several people that have walked by and their actions, they are made out of straw. And this seems to be a cultural thing for this village that once a year before harvest, they tell their sins and their secrets to these mommets, and then they go burn them.
Hang on.
These
This,
people are absolute idiots.
This villager lady that's right by us, does she have a doll?
Yeah, everybody seems to have one.
Can I take it?
Roll me sleight of hand. Is sleight of hand still a skill in 5th ed?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on
I'm
the sheet.
proficient in it.
Huzzah, okay. So you fumble around, and it's not really the stealthiest thing you've ever picked up from somebody. But after a moment,
It's
you are able
rogue.
you are able to grab it.
And what does she do?
She hasn't noticed.
She hasn't noticed. All right then.
No, it was hanging like on a piece of rope on her belt. That you were just kind of
And-
able to cut the rope and grab the doll before it hit the ground.
For now, I'm just gonna pretend like nothing happened.
Okay. Alright, and then we'll swing around to Mara. Sydney, what are you up to?
Okay, I am. Is it okay if I've been observing what he's been doing, obviously, since I'm right next to him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the woman and, using persuasion, ask her, oh, what happened to your doll?
Okay. Why are you using persuasion for that?
Well, I won't use it yet. I want to see her reaction to, oh, you've lost your doll.
She looks down and she pats herself down for a moment. She's like, I swear I just had it a moment ago. I'm not sure. I will have to go home right away and make another one.
So
And
you
she
let
heads
them,
off
they're not
towards.
getting to you?
She's already started to leave, but she calls back over her shoulder. She's like, "Yeah, of course."
All right. Well then, let's see.
One villager down.
Um, I'm gonna go over to the priest that Gaius was talking about. I don't know which one he counted as, I guess, the dude here.
Okay.
And want to ask him, how are the dolls significant when you can just make a new one?
He says that it's the thought and the comfort, or it's the thought of absolution from sins that gives the village comfort. He looks you up and down for a moment, and he says, "I may have something for you tomorrow. I'm a little swamped at the moment with the festivities. Come see me after, or come see me on Harvest Day. So sorry, the day after tomorrow. And I may have a job for you. You look like you are well in the world and would be able to handle yourself."
Okay, I will do that.
He goes back to kind of talking, and you can see that he's a little bit frazzled. It looks like he's been running around the village all day, going to different people, talking with them. It seems like he may play a big part in the build up to the actual burning of the straw men.
Okay. I will go ahead and just chill here, I think, for now.
Okay. We got out of order somehow.
Yeah, it's okay.
I just realized that. So let's do Volt. What are you doing? Doug is
I'm
back in
assuming
order.
that I was able to hear their conversation.
Yeah, they weren't. They
Yeah,
weren't hush talking or anything.
Yeah, dude. I don't. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna, talk quietly tomorrow about it. To
Okay.
let her know that that guy isn't. He doesn't seem to exactly be on the level. Just kind of keep an eye on him. I don't think. And I don't think that we should exactly be putting our faith in someone who's helping perpetuate this idea of false absolution.
Do you basically go up to her and go, "No, sir, don't like it"?
No, sir, I don't like it. So, alright, I'm gonna spend the rest of my movement kind of coming back here a little ways. Just kind of, looking around, seeing what I see. Because I see a whole bunch of people out there, but looking back here, see if I see anything noticeable
Okay.
here in this part of the town.
So that beyond the couple of houses that are there, it leads to the about waist high stone wall that marks the edge of the village.
So the
And-
village is kind of surrounded by this stone wall. So
Yeah, it's about waist high. It's not a barricade or anything. It wouldn't provide the town with any protection, but your guess is it probably serves a purpose in outlining the town properties.
Alright. With that, I think I'll be done with my turn.
Alright, so at that point, it is, regardless of the number of tokens on screen, it has gotten kind of late, and most of the villagers have retired to their homes. You guys are able to locate an inn on the far side of the town square that you guess you could probably get a room at for the night if you'd like to.
Oh, I figure that seems about as good as things any. Otherwise, I guess we're
Sure.
sleeping out in the dirt, and considering where we woke up, I don't feel like doing that. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it, but I'm not a fan of dirt sleep.
I don't care particularly, but a bed would be nice.
What about you, Hybrid Magpie and HP Fox? You guys both up for going to the inn?
If
Now
there
that
isn't really any other choice, yeah.
For me, I guess because it's not so busy now, I'm a little less about all the people. Um, Still no little lost redhead girl?
Roll me a perception check. So, after the town is kind of cleared out, the brother's still running around. You catch glimpses of him here and there, shouting her name. You catch what looks like red hair sticking out from the steps of this podium here, towards the front. And you go and investigate, and it looks like the little girl has curled up under the steps and just fallen asleep.
Oh, that's a dumb place for a nap.
Narcolepsy.
So are you calling
I'm
the
gonna
brother?
try and shake her awake.
Okay. And she comes to just easily. She's a little groggy, but she wakes up. She looks you up and down for a minute. She's like, "Who are you?"
I just give her a real casual, like, I'm Cece, and your brother's been looking for you, you bad girl.
She kind of drops her head in shame a little bit, and then she crawls out from under the podium. The brother runs up and kind of scolds her for a minute. He's like, "I was worried sick to death for the last 3 hours. Where have you been? I'm just so glad you're okay." And then he looks up to you and he says, My father owns the inn in town. If you would like, I can arrange for you to have a room this evening for no charge."
Just me, or can my friends have that too?
He looks around and he kind of stares at Gaius for a minute. I'm assuming he pointed all of them out.
Yeah.
And he kind of shakes a chill off of his spine. And he's like, "Yeah, I think that'd be okay. All of you should be alright."
I just shoot the cheekiest shit-eating grin at the rest of them.
I'm big surprise you fit right in with these people.
Alright, so everybody's going to the inn to rest for the evening?
Yes.
For free.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the story of the daughter and you finding her is relayed to the innkeeper, he welcomes you in, he serves you large steaming bowls of food, and gives you all your own separate rooms. Is anybody doing anything particular before you head to bed?
I'd like to investigate my room just to kind of do a perception and see if there's anything good or bad about it.
Okay. I can go ahead and tell you take a 20 to look around the room. It looks like every other inn that you've been in. There's a bed, a chest that locks for your things, and a wardrobe, and that's really about it.
Okay.
It's really like
I
the
assume
rooms. The rooms are made for
that was-
sleeping in, and not really much else.
I assume that the inn is of good enough quality that the rooms have their own doors as well.
They do.
Okay, then I will go to Gaius's room and knock on the door.
All right.
Yeah, what's up?
I will present him with the ring that Cece gave me earlier and ask him if he knows anything about it.
I don't know. Let me take a peek at this thing real quick. Let me see what I may or may not know about it here.
Give me a Arcana or Perception, whichever one you prefer. Are you? Is
It's a
that
ring.
proficient?
Nope, it's a ring.
Okay.
That's what it is.
He's like, this thing. If you put this on, this ring will poison you slowly.
Okay, you keep it, and I'll go back to my room.
Okay.
Great, now he thinks Cece's an assassin.
I don't know why you're giving me the poison ring, but okay.
Well, I don't want it.
Alright. I guess I'll keep it. I'll
Alright.
put this in here with my book.
Anybody else do anything before you retire for the evening?
Does my door lock?
They don't.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time moving something in front of the door because I don't trust these people. These people are dumb, and dumb is dangerous.
Okay, so you load the chest that's in the room up with your gear, and you take the time to slide it across the floor and over in front of your door, kind of blocking its opening.
Yeah, I don't trust these people, and frankly, none of these people should either.
I'm gonna laugh if the door actually opens into the hallway and not into the room.
It does open into the room.
Damn!
Anybody else want to do anything in particular?
Nope.
I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna stay up for a little bit with my room barricaded, and I'm gonna read a little bit more of this book.
All right.
I'm not going to be reading that loud. Just reading it to myself.
Clearly.
See if I can figure out a little bit more about what this book actually is.
Okay. Roll me a Arcana check.
Because the last one went so well.
So you get a few pieces more, but mostly it seems to deal with some sort of reanimation or resurrection spells. There's some weird twist to the theory craft and behind the spells that you're not quite able to put your finger on, though. So you're not 100% sure what would actually happen were you to use them.
I think I'll just hold on to this book for now and come back to it a little more later on.
Alright. So you guys all go to sleep, and your sleep is unrestful. Your dreams are tormented by things that you saw in the house, and just kind of the visions of mutilated village people. And I know that everybody just thought of YMCA. Anyway, and in particular, those of you that spoke with the priest, you get visions of him, his body kind of burnt, his head torn off and placed upon a pike on the podium in the center of town.
Oh, good.
Good.
Other than, well, yeah.
Song's up. Oh no! Song's not up for long.
Alright, but about dawn, little after, you guys wake up and rouse yourselves. The smell of coffee and breakfast coming from the downstairs of the inn.
Oh, I am on that.
So you come downstairs and the innkeeper already has plates ready for you. He sets them down, hands you large mugs of coffee, offers you milk and cheeses to go with your breakfast. And as you guys are kind of eating, he hangs around and he's talking. He's obviously very grateful that you were able to find his daughter. It says that today's a special day. It is now Harvest Eve. Everyone, for the most part, takes the time off of work to celebrate and prepare for the upcoming harvest. Today is the day that you can find out the most about your neighbors by kind of eavesdropping on what they tell their strawmen, as the Harvest Eve is the day that everyone kind of confesses their darkest secrets and sins to their strawmen.
Is there anything else in this harvest other than the dolls? Are they harvesting actual food, or is it just doll harvesting?
No, there are farms around town that you saw the day before. Your guess is that they do actually do a harvest of some sort.
Okay.
Alright, and since you guys slept, we'll switch back over to the top of the turn order again. Hyride, what are you up to? Oh, if you guys have spells that you've used that are dependent on like a long rest or a short rest, go ahead and refill them.
Does health refill too, just out of curiosity?
Health does refill as well as a long rest. You'll want to roll a. You know what? It was a sleep. So if you're down on your health at the moment, go ahead and roll a hit dice for yourself, and that's how much you regain.
I'm good. I was just curious that overall.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, if you guys take a sleep or a long rest like that, you do regain, I believe it's a hit dice worth of health. It may be more than that, I may be off. But I'm not pulling the book out at the moment.
Good enough.
Down with books.
So Hybrid, what are you up to?
Button. Must remember button. Well, after I've completely gorged myself on deliciousness, I'm gonna go out and go see what's going on.
Alright, so the townsfolk are kind of gathered around. They seem to be just talking to each other. None of the stalls or shops seem to be open or busy. There are a couple of carts set up that people have some foods that they seem to be sharing with each other. There is one tent that seems to have the flaps pulled back as if they are open for business on the northern side of the town. And the tent's a very kind of colorful tent. It's patched together. It doesn't look like it's a permanent structure in town by any means.
Well, I am definitely gonna go check that out.
Okay. So it looks to be a fortune teller's tent.
Ooh!
And I'm trying to find the name of the fortune teller. Hang on.
We can just call her Bob.
Edna's. Her name is Edna.
That's good too.
So Edna's tent is wide open. It's an elderly woman. And as you kind of step up to the doorway of the tent, she says, come in, dearie. I will be more than happy to tell your future for the lowly price of a copper.
Do I even have a copper?
We have gold. Maybe you'll get an extra special fortune.
I give her one gold piece because my brain can't comprehend how to break up the currency.
She smiles and kind of bites it between her teeth and pulls on it, and she immediately goes, "Ow, that was a bad idea." She kind of pulls it back out of her mouth and rubs her jaw for a second. She says, come and sit, dearie. Come and sit." She says, "Now, I have different methods that I can use to see how your life will pan out before you. Take your choice. I can read your palm, or your tea, or the bumps on your head."
Let's go with palmistry. You're not touching my head, and I'm not too fond of tea.
She says, very well, very well. And she kind of opens her hands, waiting for you to hand you her hand, or your hand, rather.
I go ahead and comply and give her my hands.
Okay. So after a minute, she runs kind of this leathery old finger across the lines of your palm, studying them and kind of mumbling to herself as she does so. And she says that there's a job in your future, but only if things play out the way that they are supposed to. There is a grave danger threatening you and your companions that may lead you down a dark and terrible road. But there are ways to avoid this fate. But only if you seek those that offer you a direct path.
I just kind of stare at her.
Alright.
I thank her for the insight, and I go to find Mara.
Okay, fair enough.
That was like way over Cece's head.
Right. HP Fox, what are you up to?
I guess I will step out of the inn in a groggy haze and just have a look around, see what's going on.
Okay. You see much the same scene that I described to Hybrid.
And I guess it's my turn to approach the tent, since I can only assume Cece didn't tell us what just happened.
No, you may have seen her fleeing
I'm
from
a
the
little too
tent.
confused to figure out what just happened. All I know is I've got to find a straight road.
I keep missing my push to talk button. You see her fleeing from the tent, not really in a panic, but just kind of a little weirded out.
Can't say I'm surprised at this point.
A little weirded out may be her standard go-to emotion.
Default.
There we go, that's the word I was looking for.
Now, perhaps if Gaius was fleeing the tent that way, I might think a little differently.
Alright, so you're still approaching the tent?
Yes.
Alright, so Edna, as you step into the kind of the doorway of the tent, she says, "Come in, I will read your fortune for only a copper. See what paths lie ahead of you and where your life will take you."
I kind of groan a little bit and hold up a gold piece and ask if she can break it.
She shrugs and
Change,
says,
not physically break it.
"No, unfortunately I am a lowly fortune teller and do not have the means necessary to make change."
I groan very audibly and throw the gold piece at her. Not like literally huck it at her, but just, toss it in her general direction.
Jeez, assaulting an old woman with coins.
It-
God.
I drill her right in the dome with this piece of coin, just as hard as I can.
All right. So she bids you to sit down in the chair, and after you do, she says, "I can tell your fortune 3 ways. I can read your palm, your tea, or the bumps on your head."
Those are called horns, thank you. I'll go with the tea.
All right. Give me a second. So she takes the time to brew this herbal tea in kind of a silence, and with your cup, she lays these tea leaves across the bottom of the cup before pouring in the water, and then she motions kind of for you to drink the tea.
And I will do so.
Okay. And once you're done with the cup, she takes it from you and kind of swirls it around a little bit. And then she looks into the tea leaves and kind of turning the cup this way and that, she says, "I see this great burning figure in your future. Something that will affect the way that the rest of your days proceed."
Well, that's ominous.
She says, There's something threatening you and your companions, but it's muddled and dark. I can't quite make out what it is. There seems to be a shimmer about you." She sits back in the chair, kind of exhausted looking. She says, That's all I am able to glean at the moment."
In that case, I will give her a slightly sarcastic thanks and head back to the group.
Okay.
And if any of them care, I will tell them what happened.
Okay. And Volt, that'll be you. What are you up to?
Guess that I'll visit the old lady as well. Because it seems to be where everyone's going.
So you walk up to the tent and she looks up and she goes, "No, we are closed."
That's great.
One person ruins it for the group, right?
I'm not here to get my fortune told. And ma'am, you misunderstand.
Why are you here then?
Because I know that those two came in previously, and I'll give you 5 gold for each of what you told them.
She says, the spirits don't talk to me like that. I don't remember the fortunes that I give.
How sure are you of this? How confident are you that I'm exactly someone you want to try to lie to?
About 10 gold worth. Each.
Let's do this right here. And say that you're lucky that I'm even offering you 5 gold each. But apparently not.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That's even a preferenced roll that she doesn't give a shit.
No, she's like, yeah. You think I can be bought so easily?
So for 10 gold, you say?
Yes. She drops as you guys are going through this this bargain. She drops the accent. The lines around her face and her mouth become a little less pronounced, and you can see she's actually much younger than she first appeared to be.
You know what? Fair enough, 10 each.
She says, so the tiefling, there seems to be somebody traveling with him that may be darker than they let on. And there seems to be some great flaming pillar of something in his future, or her future. I can't quite tell. Same thing with the half-elf that came in. I figure they must be traveling together, or at least know one another. She has that same shimmering kind of darkness over her that will lead one day to some great turmoil for her.
Fair enough. I'll give you 10 more to not mention that I came in here to talk to you.
Not a word.
Alright. Good enough for me. I'm going back out among the townfolk.
Okay. And Cindy, what are you up to?
I would like to talk to the innkeeper, since I come from an innkeeping family. Maybe use that to my advantage to get some knowledge about the town, the people, the event.
Okay. So the innkeeper gossips with you quite a bit. You guys kind of go back and forth as you have this kind of secret understanding between innkeepers' families and the way things are run. And he's happy to have somebody new to gossip about the town with. But really you get just kind of who is sleeping with who and who owes who money and who stabbed who in the back kind of stuff.
I'd like to inquire more about the priest.
He says the priest has been here for many years. The customs, especially the strawman custom, seems a little odd to him. I don't think he quite understands it, but he does his best to humor us, and we do our best to attend his sermons.
Okay. I'm going to head on out and see the tent and make my way there.
Okay, so you make your way to this tent, and when you're about 50 feet from it, when you notice that the stakes themselves begin to pull themselves out of the ground, and the tent begins to kind of fold up in and on itself.
Oh crap. I'll rush over to see if I can find anybody under the tent.
The tent has been kind of folding itself up like this is something it's intended to do. Yeah. And before you can get to it, it kind of wafts away.
Well, son of a bitch. Definitely look around at everybody confused as hell. Let's do a perception check to kind of see what, like, maybe if something catches my eye or where I should go next.
Sure. So there's really nothing else remarkable going on other than the people kind of standing around talking today. Everybody is kind of taking it real easy.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to Cece and ask her for the doll that looks like me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take that and go to, let's say, the nearest villager and kind of show them my doll and go, I don't really understand the custom. Maybe explain to me, what am I supposed to do to join in the event, and how come my doll looks so different from theirs?
All right. Hybrid, are you gonna let her take her doll?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
But I better get it back.
Yep.
So when you approach the villager with your doll, you notice that there are definitely some distinct differences between the two. The villager doll is kind of just bundles of straw that are held together with twine to hold a vaguely humanoid shape. Yours stitched together leather and linen that has been stuffed with straw.
Unless, of course, somebody pulled all that straw out. Just saying.
Yeah. There's always that.
Do they have any noticeable reaction to the difference?
Yeah, so when they see your doll, there's an immediate reaction of repulsion. They are instantly like, oh my god, that is an abomination, get that thing away from me.
Have they never seen leather before?
They are almost outraged, like you have almost blasphemed in their face with this thing. And they're like, why do you carry such an evil, wicked trinket with you?
Why do they think it's evil or wicked?
They, roll me persuasion to see if you can continue to get them to talk to you.
Oh,
No, they just kind of, unless that's a favorite skill for you.
no, it's not.
Okay, yeah, they are absolutely not talking to you. In fact,
well.
word of what you carry with you spreads through the village rather quickly, and you get a cold reception from everyone now.
Fuck. I'll go ahead and give the doll back to Cece and end my turn.
Okay.
I like watching my body just go.
So, at that... Oh, wait. No, yeah, that was everybody. Okay. At that point, nothing else really of substance happens throughout the rest of the day. You guys mingle kind of with the village folks. And Mara eventually puts the doll away and people begin to talk to you and around you again instead of talking about you. And as the sun begins to set, you guys see all of the village people. I keep trying to refrain from using that term, and I keep using it.
You go to villagers.
I could, but
Villagers.
that apparently is not nearly as fun. All of the villagers begin to make a line around the fire pit in the center of town. I'm gonna move you guys near this thing here. And you guys kind of just watch on as they are tossing these straw dolls into the fire. There doesn't seem to be any particular incantation or anything to go with it. They're just kind of dropping them in and shrugging as they do. A few of them murmur some last words into the doll before they toss it in. You guys are observant enough to figure that these are probably the worst crimes that have been committed by that person that year, and they kind of feel like if they said them right before they burned them, they would escape somehow. Or at least that's the impression that you're getting from them. And that will probably be a good spot to end the session for this week.
Good.
Right on the edge of when everything starts to happen.
I know.
It's
Yes.
a cliffhanger.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'll just leave you with some
Well, you would die.
anticipation. You guys, you guys that are out watching, thank you so much for watching. We are going to do a drawing for a chance at that vinyl figure tonight. If you guys have not gotten in on the raffle and you want to, now you've got about another 3 minutes or so to get in on it. Go ahead and hit exclamation point raffle space and the number of tickets that you want to buy. Each ticket is going to cost you about 25 XP though.
And thank you for joining us and watching, and it was fun.
Yeah, this session we will have another D&D Basics game. Looks like the next date will be the 5th of August. We do have
2 weeks from today.
Yeah, we do have our regular Sunday night game, which those guys are level 11 at this point, and that will happen on the 26th is our next game. And we will be doing raffles on that night as well. And we're gonna run.
Make sure you come around for that stream as well, which is every Sunday. Where this stream for this game we've done the last 2 Wednesdays, but that was kind of a fluke. Whereas normally we will be every other Wednesday.
Yep, and even if you just kind of hang out and lurk, you still get XP. As long as we're playing, and you can use that to buy your raffle tickets.
And if you're entering the raffle now, and you liked what you saw throughout the evening tonight, hit that follow button. You get like 50 XP for just for clicking the button. And you know what? If you come back later and you don't like us, you can hit it again. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I mean, I'm a mind flayer. I don't have many of them.
That's true. And nobody died completely.
Well,
Couple of people.
Damn close again.
Couple of people got knocked
the old
unconscious.
GM freebies.
But Kono Tyron, thank you for that follow and that loud ass follow noise in my ears. I love it. I do. I love it. It's
I still
great.
kind of think you rigged that roll to knock me out.
I rig nothing. I don't do any of my rolls in secret.
I think we need to have Katie just come up behind you, and every time someone hits the follow button, just blast you with an air horn. Just.
Hextech. Each ticket is 25 XP. But yeah. So far we've got 2 winners so far, and we're going to do the final drawing on, I believe it's like August 30th. Will be when we actually do the final drawing for the figure.
And with you missing out on the episode earlier, if you want, I believe you can actually go into the VODs that we have and you can catch up on the previous episodes.
You can. There are also the older episodes for the primary game are on YouTube, and I have a command for that somewhere.
So I mean, you're set if you're like, gee, I need something to listen to while I'm doing my thing. You can catch our previous shit. You can see what happens when a level 1 character decides to assault a mysterious chest with a crowbar just because she can. Spoiler, bitey things.
It doesn't end well. Alright. Let's see.
I need to give
Hex.
it to you on that satchel later.
Okay. Hextech, see if you've got that 1 XP. Because I'm going to go ahead and do that drawing. And if you do, I want to give you a chance to get in on it.
You should have that 1 XP. You get XP pretty quickly in here. I've noticed that Twitch's delay has improved quite a bit.
It has. It's nice.
It's like 10 to 15 seconds now, generally. It's a hell of a lot better than when they hit that big delay bubble a while back where it was like 45 seconds to a minute. It's like, ugh, that's the worst.
Hey, there it is. Yeah, I saw something today that Twitch is going over to HTML5 too, which is fantastic.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, the controls for the video player are HTML5 right now. The player itself is still on Flash, but that should be changing here very soon.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I think that will do it for this evening.
And what time is their game on Sunday? Just to make sure that they know.
Sunday is we try to start between 5 and 5:30 Pacific Standard Time.
So adjust that to your time zones because we're not going to do that for you.
That's right.
We
Fuck
provided
math.
this kind of entertainment. You can do some calculations.
All right, can I
Local bus at the math lab.
get a drum roll? And the winner
There you go.
is.
That's what you get. See, that's how you win. That's how you win the video game. Right there.
Cheats.
Rigged! Rigged!
Rigged. I think I'm gonna redraw that one. I think I'm gonna redraw it.
Look, I'm just that good. I just win. I mean, that's what I do.
Shit.
Can't help it.
I'm trying to decide if we should let you guys get in on this or not.
You
I think
probably have.
I
You're gonna
told
be banned from the drawings too.
I told HP Fox that he couldn't get in on it. I think the casters here should probably not get in on it. So we're gonna
But
repick
he
a winner.
wins all the time, so
He does, but not since he started playing. He won before he was a player.
That's a good point.
There we go.
Twismeyer is not in.
He doesn't need to be here. That's okay.
But I can let him know because I've talked to him all the time.
Fantastic. Well, I will update our winners command, and I will throw him in there. And
In fact, I'll log on to League and see if he happens to be on there so I can let him know.
and then at the end of August, we'll pull an actual full-time winner, or not a full-time winner, an actual winner for the
Full-time winner. Got
for
it.
the thing. Yeah,
You win
Full-on
forever.
you are WinRAR forever.
I got picked before that.
And I'm letting him know right now.
It didn't add his name to the.
Yeah, I've got to add it right now. I'm taking care of that right now.
Okay.
And what day is... Okay, it's August 30th. I will
Yep.
go ahead and just copy this.
Yeah. If our Dragoon was better, then we probably could have cleared tonight.
So I'm just going to let him know that he won an entry into the final drawing on the 30th.
That's it. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming out. We will be back in 2 weeks with this game. Regular game on Sunday night. Thank you all once again. We appreciate all the love and support and the chat and the follows and all of it. The hosts, you guys are amazing. Thank you once again.
Mwah!
It's been awesome.
You all smell